Hello. Penzance Station is looking a little bit devoid of trains, isn't it? Let's see where these have got. These probably need timetabling, at least. So let's formalise this timetable. They get to run quite a strict timetable on these, because I think they have enough kind of stopping time at the stations that they can catch up. So let's run quite a strict timetable. This might turn out not to work at all, but hopefully it will work. So it's 23 days, and then you keep sure it's not yet timetabled itself. Just wait for those to come back down here. In the meantime, there are some things I should do. Let's speak about utterly breaking Cargodist, because that's the normal way of the world in a transport tycoon games. So I'm going to just put a dock here, Penzance, and build a passenger ferry. So, hovercraft. No, should we use a bovercraft? Yes, let us use a bovercraft. And go to the oil field and back. So I'm just going to timetable this. So I'm not going to make it do full loads. I'm just going to timetable it. Give it quite a generous timetable. Let's set that going. Let's see if that makes it over there. Now, the reason I'm doing this rather than using helicopters is that while helicopters would be cooler and more sort of oil riggy, and I think the default vehicles, there comes a point where you just run out of new helicopters. You can't build new helicopters. And so I'm trying not to store up problems for myself in future, while doing exactly that. I'm trying to create problems for myself for the present with messing with Cargodist, but that's all in a good day's play, isn't it? Have a Cargodist disaster. So, how are we going to set up a Cargodist disaster? Well, we should have a route which goes along the south coast, so maybe goes via sort of Exeter and Weymouth and down to Bournemouth. So, isn't there one of those in the real world? Who knows? So get to build that. So you're going to have that come out through here. You're going to just level this, and then go underneath my station here. Keep the passenger network fairly well separated from the freight network. And then maybe come up here, because I think I can go over the top of this. Ooh. Let's get rid of Truro Hill, actually. They don't deserve a hill. So this can go up like that, and then like that. A little bit of a tight turn, I think. Might get a penalty for doing that. So actually, no, that's a wiggle in different directions. I think that would be okay. So I think we'll get away with that. Yes, this. So St Austell. So this probably we're going to build the station this side. So I'm going to see if I can demolish all of that road. Oh, not quite. That's slightly annoying. Well, let's see what we can build. Let's build that. Like that. Oh no, it doesn't matter, of course, because that's a regular old piece of road. We can just cross it for level crossing. So now I need to go over the top of my railway here. This might be problematic, so let's do that. Let's have some cantilever bridges. Oh, they're quite nice, rusty aesthetic of those. And we want to come over the road, round a corner, like this, just round this corner. Yes, let's go down there like that. Go up that ridge and then down. This one, maybe this one go down earlier. It's a little bit scattergun. That it doesn't look quite so nice. Let's bring those down in the same place. Let's just make this road sort of like a kind of road vehicle death alley. So if any AIs start building road vehicles through here, they're swiftly going to find themselves rather shorter road vehicles. So there we go. That looks okay. Nice stations through there. So yes, next to go is let's go up to Plymouth. So let's start building that. Yes, there we go. Build a tunnel there. So get in and out of the habit of landscape bullying. Depends on me. Some sort of not going to be the conservationist I have been in the past, but we'll get have some things where we kind of work with the landscape. This kind of my play style, I guess. That's I like the way things look when you work with the landscape, at least a little. Sometimes I go, well, then I just want the kind of totem of efficiency where you just see, track blasted through the hillside and things like that. But other times, it's quite nice to just have a little bit of. This is clearly should have been built alongside the landscapes. So we could do now this. We could actually make this come up past the Exeter, past the stadium here. Maybe a little bit further. And this probably could involve extending a sort of seawall again, just to make this kind of work. So this house, which used to have a coastal view, is now going to get a railway view. It's slightly unfortunate for them. And then should come down here. So this is kind of a hybrid approach, really. There's a little bit of landscape bullying. They've not totally worked with the landscape, but they still made it look. So rather than just build a sort of huge flat sort of platform over the sea, this actually does have a little bit of a kind of. It has conformed to the landscape a little, not a huge amount, but it's conformed a little. So let's get rid of this house, and then I can build a station like that. Station across there. Yes, this is kind of weird. This is a very flat map compared to what I would normally play on. You've seen sort of my bonsai game and things like that. They are very much sort of hilly maps where you really have to wind track around mountains. And this is quite a flat map. So this is kind of a little unusual for me because the landscape is not kind of suggesting things. They don't have bits where I go, oh, yes, this has to be a mountain pass because I can't afford to clear that mountain or there's a transmitter on top of it anyway. There's a lot more freedom here, which is kind of good and bad because it also means that they don't have a fixed. Yes, you have to go this way because the land forces you to do it, and you're kind of having to make decisions on where things should go. Probably not good decisions, but there we go. Never mind. And so yes, this is going to come around here, I think. They have another one of these kind of coastal front stations like this. Yes, that's Weymouth. And along up here, Central Coastal Railway. Well, that's along there. That's conformed nicely. Oh, it goes along the road as well. And that looks good. I rather enjoy that as an idea. And then Bournemouth. Okay, so what do we want? How do you want Bournemouth Station to work? So I wonder whether just building it in here, this sort of little valley, like this. Now, actually, what might work, as long as they don't get too miffed that I destroyed these trees, is actually to have the station kind of like this. No, in fact, if I could demolish those houses, this may be where the local authority just goes, no, you can't. Yes, the local authority has gone, no, you can't. But what I can do is other than that stupid AI's HQ in the way, is I could build a little sort of staggered station like this. So as long as this all becomes one kind of path block for the path-based signals, I think this will work. Might go horribly wrong. They think this will still work as a path-based signal. Stop trying to build that. Why do you want to build that? That's just imbecilic. Right, there we go. So Bournemouth is going to be our terminus. Yeah. Which you do need to think about cows, actually. Let's worry about cows later. So this is cows where actually genuine cows where you can do boating. It's not like cows, landlocked cows from my previous game. Game a while ago, actually, 1815 start. I forget that it's sort of a good good couple of months since. Oh, no block signals. So there you go. But losing the ability to click. There we go. Let's get that signaled down there. So Plymouth. There's quite a few of these big stations. There, Plymouth got one, Exeter got one. Others, Weymouth got one. Well, they can have big stations. These, I think, because especially Bournemouth is going to be quite a busy big station, so I'm going to go in more traditional, kind of, let's build a more traditional train. So let's have Floss 47. Going to make it just passengers, though. Not going to go into the other sort of mire that is also doing mail service. It's going to go there. It's going to go to Truro. And then going to go via Stostal, Plymouth, Exeter, Yeovil, there. Then Weymouth. That lovely inefficient track there. The Bournemouth Valley. It did call it Bournemouth Valley. The station that's in the valley. And sometimes, well, I say sometimes it's clever. I think sometimes these things just happen by accident. I think there is some sort of rules on what stations get named what. So I'm not sure whether Valley is one of them. Whether there's actually this is lower than the centre square of the town. I'm not sure whether that works that well or not. Right, so time to all that. We're going to say, yes, spend 12 days there, 12 days there. And then all these little intermediate stations, this is going to spend 3 days. And let's see how Cargo just messes this up. It's a fairly long route. The interesting thing with this route now is I'm introducing kind of actually a network. This is where Cargo just basically would go. And I'm going to come and ruin all your fun. Which is that when you say, yes, there's a network, now passengers can go from one place to the other, but not all trains go from one place to the other, so they have to do it on different trains. Anyway. Yes, we're already getting transfer incomes. Let's have a look at the link graph. Let's see what's going on here. So nothing looks too saturated yet, which is good. But then we've only had this sort of forward and back network for a while. So we're now adding another kind of destination down here. So really what I need at this point is the route which links kind of Clifton or Bristol or whatever here, Clifton West, which links that up through to Bournemouth again. So I wonder whether we should have a little branch which just goes from here, goes through Yeovil, then Warminster, and then comes back down to Bournemouth. Yes, let's do this. Let's do that. So this is going to come down here. Ooh, this is a little bit problematic. So it's, yes, now, so the problem I have here is that I need space to build a bridge. So maybe, well, let's give me enough space to build a bridge. And no, it won't. No, I need to go yet one further. And then, now I've got a slightly short signal distance here, but this should be a bit better. So no, not going to be able to put a path signal in on that exit there. But I don't think we're going to be that capacity limited here. So I think we can live with that. And then we just come via here from through into Yeovil. So, and that just goes straight down through there. And this one's going to be a little bit longer because we want to make sure that we don't have any really short turns. That's going to have to go up through there. There we go. That connects that up to Yeovil. That now can go through there. We also now need to go via Warminster, which is the other part of the route we wanted to do. So we're going to do that. And then this will come. So this probably work better if I actually make a little mound for this to go on. There it is. So that can have a little mound up there. And that can go out to there on the mound. So that then goes across there like that. Using the landscape again here. And then just comes down here, because it goes over that on the strong bridge. So yes, goes over this kind of little hill. Comes down here. Yeah, there we go. That gets just to Warminster. Then we just need to get from here to Bournemouth. So, which is going to be another one of those sort of fold and turn back on yourself type things. But let's do that. Now I can't build bridges over stations here. So this is going to go back down this way a little. And then I'm going to have an enormous bridge going over here. And an enormous bridge going over here. But the signal distances that I want to work to on the passenger line, especially on this, which is a bit of a branch line, should be totally fine. And then we just come around here. Now here's a bit of a problem with coming into Bournemouth, which is that we have... Actually, no, it's not too bad, because what we do is this one which goes in just can go like that. That's fine. Signal that there. And then this will be a bit of a tricky one, because we actually need a bridge, so it's going to be a lot of construction in the sea. I might end up accidentally griefing this AI ship depot, because they need to be able to build the railway out to the front of it. But actually, may run into the problem that I can't actually. No, that's fine. It's a little bit of a tight turn around there, so I have to avoid that. No. There's no way to avoid a tight turn, really, without building lots and lots of stuff going on. So I'm just going to build that like that. And there we go. And there is my little branch line. So put a signal there. So things can get there. So then build a depot up at Clifton West. So we can build some trains. And these ones. Oh, I didn't group my new passenger trains. So let's call that the South Coast route. So this is going to be my South Coast route, and then I have a new group, which is going to be the the Warminster branch, which I'm going to build now. So you build that with SH25s, and again, it's fairly long trains. There's no sort of penalty for having, other than the cost of the passenger carriages, there's no real penalty for having long trains in vanilla OpenTTD. So we will just do exactly that. We'll have nice long trains. There we go. I shall set those. Yeah, so one issue we may have is we got quite a lot of trains which are stopping at these terminuses for 12 days. So we may find that the terminus gets a bit too busy. But I will see. I'll see how that goes. And so I'm just going to have 3 of these. And just pop those to Warminster branch. So the South Coast route as well. So this done enough travelling to timetable itself yet. So this 17 days. No, that shouldn't be 17 days. That should be more like kind of 10. I think that's a little slow. It's not 20 days since Ulster doesn't seem too bad. So look, yes, let's look at the other ones on the South West Coastal route. So how long do these take? So, yes, this should be 7 days. So this might be a little bit aggressive on the timetabling. But let's just see. Let's see if they're still able to. And yes, because the vehicles are running a bit late, but I'm not sure whether that's just because I set them going recently and they're not making up time yet, or whether this is actually getting slower and slower and slower. Let's run this and fast forward a little bit. Oh yes, that is catching up fine. No, to be 74. Yes, they're catching up fine. It's just that they've been. I've hit that control click on the start date, and I've spaced them, but they haven't yet actually dealt with the consequences of being spaced. Okay, so those should start spacing. What's that subsidy? Oh, Bristol Stillmore. Oh yes. Well, that's fine, because that means we can probably start building a big station there. And maybe that can be our sort of journey through the north. So we go kind of via Yate and Chipping Sodbury and Swindon maybe. It'll be good, linking the beer colour with the spirals, microprose and the brundle rooms. Let's these bed in first. Let's see that these actually work. These are still goods. The goods transport is doing well, I think. So, yes. Do we have anything backing up at stations? Passengers. Good old Cargodist. Yes, passengers. North has a little bit of still waiting. This as well. What does it? No, it doesn't. Is it? Let's sort my total waiting Cargodist. Let's have a look. So, so lots of woods. That needs another train on it, really. Oh, yes, we only put 2 trains on there. So that needs another train. Let's clone that and let's get that going. Just lock that window there. Bournemouth Woods really probably could do with another goods train. It's getting a little bit, the goods are building up. So 840 crates, so still well within the capability of one of these little compact PBS stations. I think when it gets to about 1200, we have to worry. We have to think about, do we need to build a row? But until then, we'll be fine. No, Clifton West just is not getting enough trains near it. Now, let's look at how loaded these are. So these are not necessarily that loaded, so I don't want to build too many more trains. I think it's a frequency problem more than anything else. So what I do want to do before I go too far is actually start building. So can we increase that? No, we can't increase the height of that. So but I can. Oh no, no flat land required to build a station there. So let's build the station across. Maybe across here. I think this will be fine. It's not going to be perfect catchment area wise, but the catchment's a bit of Bristol. We make that a balanced terminus. They get to do something with that next time round, I think. And then kind of building it there preemptively, just because I don't want anybody else to kind of get in the way. So there we go. So that's going to kind of build preemptively. So we're going to do something with that one day. It's not right away. Well, actually, no, we could do something with that right away. Which is the problem that I think this has here is, as I say, the frequency of service. So let's mess up the Cargodist even more with this. Let's put a bus station in here. And we'd also put some buses through the centre. Bristol Exchange and Bristol Annex. And then I think we put a bus station up here. From flat land required, I guess. Yes, this is the joy. This is trying to actually get to the bus stations in. So we can do that. This I don't feel would be there. No, as I say, I'm not going to worry too much about distant joining. So it's going to be Bristol Central, and maybe in fact go for a double station there. Make it extra important. Yes, that's that there. Now I need to build a road vehicle depot as well. So I'll build that there and hope I don't run into too many problems with lack of auto replacing, and to build some Hereford leopards, or indeed Leyland leopards really. No. And they as I think I said before, these in original Transport Tycoon, they had the proper vehicle names, and then I think TT plus World Editor came out, and then they lost the names. And possibly someone said to Microprose, don't do that. That's not a good idea. Someone will sue you because you said their bus really does 50 miles an hour, and it in fact does 51. So yes, they had all these names named after sort of things around Microprose and sort of testers of the game and things like that. So let's have 8 buses. Just create my passenger group. Then, oh dear, that hovercraft doesn't make much money, does it? Is that a transfer problem, though? Let's have a look. So, no, it's just it doesn't really have enough passengers. So I'm not going to overburden it much more. Would it improve? I wonder what the rating for passengers is here, because that may be a problem. Ratings are not very good. No, passengers are pretty good. Passengers are actually very happy with this. So Okay. Okay, so that should be Clifton West should be improving. Bournemouth Valley has lots of passengers where they're going. Most via Warminster, so the branch is potentially a problem here. Let's have a look at that. Converting passengers from Clifton West. What's the impact of that on my passenger network? So this one, South Coast route makes money. The coastal route actually makes quite a decent amount of money, and the Warminster branch makes money. So we didn't have any Cargodist disasters yet, or weird trains not making money. It seems the network is quite well sort of provisioned. Yeah, we might want a sort of little connection, maybe somewhere around here, maybe to Oakhampton and Plymouth, but yeah. Now we should live without it. And and I have a lot of money, don't I? 2.7 million already. Yeah. Yes. But yes, I think that's a nice place to leave things. We've got a nicely functioning little network. The Cargodist is starting to break down, but that's how it always happens. Oh, blimey, it's 1984 already. No, I don't need the TIM. They could do with the Dash, though. This is the curse of OpenTTD. This is why over a series, the sort of length of the episode starts increasing because OpenTTD just throws stuff at you where like, oh, I should deal with that. But no, that is dealt with. That's good, and I shall see you in a future video.